I definitely forgot that my mic was turned off and I went on this big long rant.
Enemies
Good
turn
job,
to
Prof.
ban.
Good job.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay, so we've switched sides this time, so it
Your
should be
team's turn
on
to ban.
NA servers. So, and we're going to see a Tyra and Atlas as the first two bans.
Be interesting.
Tyra seems to be a common ban at the minute, though you'd think after her nerfs coming in next patch, she won't be as highly prioritized. Atlas
I
is sort of
agree.
a common ban as well.
Mhm.
Sorry, you was going to say something and I cut you
No,
off
I
again.
agree. I agree. I think Tyra's, without Hunter's Mark, is a subpar DPS. I think the nerf
Enemies
is
turn to ban.
definitely gonna nerf her.
Yeah,
You still see people play her that like Tyra.
yeah,
That's gonna happen.
the Willow sort of respect ban, I'll call it. On the side
Willow did a lot.
of who I don't see a ban, so who is that ban? Someone's been banned on the side of BRK, and I don't know who it is. But we see a
We're gonna
Genos
assume
first
Talus.
pick. Yes, I will assume Talus. So Torvald pick up. Okay, it's interesting.
I
Looking
don't know
to,
how I feel about Torvald.
I guess they're going to try and make Zephyl pop off harder this time.
I understand the Torvald.
But
I just don't
Metroid
like it.
the Metroid on the off tank last game was very crucial to their win. So picking the
Great.
Torvald is interesting.
Unless, I mean, you could play Torvald like nobody's business. I know, for me, even though I love, like in ranked, I like to pocket people and let people that are way better than me carry me. But it comes to a point where,
I respect
like,
that.
with Genos, it's easier to help carry. Torvald, it feels like he just doesn't do enough. He's a true bubble pocket. And
Yes.
it's for me, I don't like Torvald, especially in these big team fights where everybody's that good. I don't like having him on my team. I feel like it just takes away too much. It's you're having a second true support on your team.
Yes. What do you think about the Terminus potentially over the Barrack here?
I like it. I think the same reason why I like the Inara over the Barrack, I like Terminus over Barrack. It forces your opponents to not go double wrecker on their DPSs, which is a smart thing to do. The Terminus, obviously, you can't take down a Siphon with Wrecker. You might
Yes.
see, whoever's in the off lane go Wrecker if they decide to go Ash or Khan in the off lane here on the side of BRK. I don't like stacking two big shields together.
Yeah.
It just Wrecker is such
quite
good
like
of a purchase right now
Yes.
that you just don't do
true.
it.
Yeah, so we see the Grover pickup. The Grover typically is the second healer on console. There's usually not that much other. Ceres seems to have fallen out a little bit, though she was good for a while. You might see a Furia at some point, but typically it will be Grover and Nara as well.
It's map dependent.
Yes, Grover is a very map-dependent support.
I like
honestly.
Grover on Jag Falls. It's small enough to where it helps.
I want to see that dredge. The dredge has been hovered. Oh, they're going Barrack as well. Interesting.
They're gonna go with the off tank Terminus, which is fine. I mean,
but
that's
they
your thing.
do
That's your
go
thing.
with the dredge.
The dredge,
Okay.
I'm not sure. Dredge, for the same very reason that they picked Drogos, which they did. How is Dredge gonna hit that? It's now up
So they
to
went Drogos. Okay.
It's now up to Vivian, who doesn't even do that much into Drogos. anyway.
Yeah.
To try to counter that out.
I feel like the Drogo's pickup might win it for Arts, in my opinion.
I don't know. I still
One thing
do not like Torvald. That's my thing. I just do not like Torvald. It's we'll see. We'll see, because I haven't seen a turn Barrack in a while.
Yeah,
So I'm
it
not
is an
sure how it's going to
interesting.
play into a pocketed victor.
It's an interesting duo, because you typically see, well, more recently, in the PCL especially, you've been seeing Terminus as a point tank. So I'm sort of surprised they
what I
did
do
this.
like about it, though. Terminus
Go ahead.
right now, it's unconfirmed. It's a rumor, but still is loud in competitive play, where aim assist doesn't necessarily work all the time on Terminus. Picking that into the Victor,
Interesting.
you're going to assume Victor's going to be in that off lane. Well, pick Barrack is putting Terminus in the off lane because you know that Victor's probably going to be there.
Yeah.
Now, Victor doesn't get his greatest quality about him, which is heavy aim assist onto this big body that's going to be in that off lane with him. I think it's a smart pick. Going into the Barrack, putting Terminus into the off lane. And Term does well, I guess, into Torvald. I don't know. Torvald's just Torvald. So
I don't know what Galaxy's Drogos is like. So this should be interesting, because
that'll be fine.
I expected it to be Zephyr on the Drogos. Zephyr is typically the blaster player for this team, as far as I'm aware. So that's an interesting pickup. Maybe it's just that
I think
Zephyr
Galaxy actually... Isn't Galaxy the Drogo's player? Pretty sure. I mean, if it's the same Galaxy, if it's the same EU Galaxy, then
it very well might be. It's,
I don't know.
My
who
experience,
it is.
I typically see Zephyr on this pick, but I like it either way. It's not my thing. I think that the dredge is the big thing for me. I am very unsure.
It just depends
as
on what
to-
Z-Headed's going to do. I know that's Z-Headed's comfortable pick. I don't know how Dredge is into this specific meta. So, we'll see.
It's also
We'll see.
It's Drogo's on his if this is right, it should be Drogo's on NA service as well. We didn't see it affect Z-Headed in the last game, so I'm curious to see how it will affect Galaxy this game. We have Scuttle, Decimation.
5, 4,
Interesting.
3,
don't know about
and
Deft
Shrapnel.
Hands.
and so it begins.
When there is still a Torvald, I think it's actually still worth it to buy Record instead of Deft Hands.
He really does need Dredge needs Death Hands. Very good play off the bat from BRK. Sitting inside to give the Drogos less effectiveness.
An enemy has drawn
Ooh,
blood.
it was a good flanking idea, but
Just didn't work.
immediately.
He's the best stretcher in the game. If you're gonna pick Torvald, you pick Torvald Vivian. I wouldn't pick Torvald Victor.
Grover immediately gets caught out there. And good. Dredge is going to have to back inside. Gonna need a heal.
That's fine then.
Sure.
They've got points for right now. 66 and
They
kicking.
Yeah. They're playing around
This
they're playing around this Drogos very well. Sticking to the inside. Drogos will
They
come
have
alive
casters
on this.
like that.
Drogos will come alive on the defense and the offense because there's not much on the inside. There's no inside places for them to sit.
It just depends on where Arts can set up their defense. how they're gonna be able to.
I'm gonna.
How they're
have
gonna be able
refresh,
to.
So it's up to you for a minute.
Interesting. Drogo's really gonna get the free fire here, and this is the choke they want to have. But this Drogo's can just shoot at people while they're out.
Yeah. Okay, so the Barrett getting a bit called out now.
That's not where you want to be as the barracks, but he's able to kind of get out what he wants to be.
He's able to
And I think
escape.
if you're this Drogo, you just keep on that. You keep on that barracks. You don't go for the support, even though it's the fun thing to do. You have barracks get there, and then you have your point control for just a bit.
Vivian taking out the Drogos. He gets the Torvald pocket, so he's pretty okay, but wow, going low is insane with the Vivian. Struggling in
He
this
kept
offlane
getting his
right
picks. We were worried about this Drogo's pick, or this Dredge pick, but he seems to be doing what
No,
he
that's an unlucky return. He looked like he wanted to rotate to the offlane and pushed himself back. So, ults flying back and forth here. Terminus is so low. They use Barrack
Seconds
ult
remaining.
as well to try and keep themselves up there. Unfortunate, really, but
there you want to say. I think you invest ults here, but
15 seconds
you, I mean, you do you, I guess.
Vivian being poked quite low,
seven,
so was the
six,
Torvald. Torvald had to back off quite far.
3, 2,
So they've given up a lot of this offlane pressure that they had. They've given up the choke that they wanted to hold.
Z-headed on this Dredge might be the most interesting thing I've seen.
That was
really
very
telling you,
good
it doesn't matter what the meta says, I'm going to play my champion and I'm going to play him like I normally do.
Was it two? Is it 3 picks for Z-Field though? It turns the fight on its head, despite the support pick. Make that 4 in after the game had finished. Very good play from Z-Field just to clutch it up at the end, and that leaves it in pretty in favor of Arts with the ults. Arts have
I agree.
everything.
I would have to agree with you, that does
point
seem
spawn,
pretty
15
in
seconds.
favor. This
Missing the
Vivian's
Barrack
doing
ult.
this Vivian's doing a decent job playing into this Torvald though, especially there in
Yeah.
that first.
5,
Between Dredge,
Vivian does.
between
2,
Dredge and
Yes.
Vivian, that's so much Wrecker. Just destroys everything.
Where are
It's
Only Z,
just the
only Z-Field has a kill, and
Uh-huh.
that was the 4 kills at the very end. At that point, like of the push.
see if
They are the
time and
only
space
kills.
can get some picks here.
What a Torvald ult! Torvald knocking 2 off the map.
You forget about it
Very
sometimes.
good ult.
Very,
That's
it can
one way to get
either
them
be
out of there.
it can either be the best ult in the game or the worst ult in the game, just depending on what you do. Stacking the DPSs. There needs to be a rotation here by one of these DPSs over to the statue. If not, it's gonna be an easy
Wow.
cap. But I guess they're getting their picks where they need them. They stacked tanks and it worked. They just steamrolled them.
Yeah,
Got
the,
them off
the
the
tanks
board.
stacked on the side, and they managed to lead it with Genos ult, and Genos ult picked, I think it was the either the Inara or the Victor. I can't quite remember. But then, as soon as they went down, very good that offlane could do. They could get the retake.
Seismic crash coming out. There's the Dragon Punch. Two picks there for instead of Arch, and it seems to be their point.
Though the turn doesn't have reanimate. The turn had already. Oh, the turn used reanimate on the side, I assume. Interesting. That must have been another
Must.
point of. Oh, that's a good bias bit as well. Just to get the stagger onto the Genos.
Really gonna be able to
the same,
get this.
the same with what I said. Jaguar Falls defense is very in favour of defense if they can sit like this, because both of their DPS is sat up there. My argument is invalid because they immediately pick the terminus, and the barracks going to go down as well. I'm just not going to speak.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
fine.
I agree. I agree. It just have to watch how far these tanks.
The taking now an interesting rotation from the Inara to try and catch out the side as well. Oh, he just puts himself back into the Inara.
But that's just Dredge DPS. You barrel stuff and you can get your double kill. You can make it a triple kill. You can make it a quadra kill. You can make it a quadra kill from Z-headed. What a fragger on the Dredge, saying, I don't care what you think is meta. I'm gonna play what I want to play, and that's this here Dredge.
He's making me eat my words. Like, all this game I say something, and then immediately the other thing happens. But
I don't know if
now
you saw that there was a very impactful thing he did, that able to shoot his bombs over the wall and knock the Inara off of her horse, making one of the slowest champions in the game, making her have to walk her entire way up to the point. They're able to get this
immediately. Onto Zephyr. That late game, well, it's not particularly late game, but the wrecker coming online for Vivian, eating up the Toro shield. Giving
they get this pick on this Grover, I would ult as this Vivian just to have it. Be able to start.
The Vivian, the Inara going low and dead for the Grover hit. That's what they needed.
I know, I talked about how they're going to deal with this Grover, and I guess if you Z-headed, you're just going to shoot him out of the sky as stretch. That's the thing you can do. Wow.
Yeah.
This is zoning out by Z-headed with this Dredge. It makes you
I'm
really
going to reiterate my
champion.
point. The defense on Jaguar Falls, if you can sit right on there, especially with Dredge, is incredible. They have the Drogos, which can sort of help with it, where he can sort of shoot past the tank. But there's that slight height advantage, and that really helps the Dredge and the Vivian just free fire down.
15 seconds.
I agree. I think as long as they can hold there, second that they get through that push, that's a point for them. I mean, it goes 3-1 in favor of Arts, but Dredge did what Dredge had to do. Drop his quadra.
10-2 Dredge. Very, very good.
Z-headed
Neither
might be
neither
my new
point
favorite
tank-
DPS player.
Neither point tank has got to kill this game. There's an interesting fact
There you go.
there. Inara ult coming in. Probably
Yeah, it's
save
getting
the
a
Drogo
pick
who
on
went
Chico.
to ult.
There goes down Z-headed, and it looks like Arts is gonna get initial point control here. As long as this Vivian doesn't kill everybody. Kind of really staggered out here. There's a pick. There's 2 picks. Here goes down
Pick
the
on.
Grover. I guess, you know, you. Other you. These are interesting things happening in this game called Paladins. This Terminus showing us that you don't have to play point take Terminus. You can just go where the victor goes and do well.
Very good play from the Vivian. All the eyes onto her. It made the... Oh, is this another... Not
I like what
quite.
they're doing here though. They're putting the Terminus
Like the
on
turbo
point. Terminus is going to be able to just get a siphon off.
I prefer the turn sat on point. But this is good picks.
OT's ticking, but I think it's got a cap here for BRK in the blue.
Good play. Very good play.
Oh my gosh! What are we watching? This is amazing. I love Paladins so much. I play it, but I love watching it.
I'm trying to cast like, you know, normal, and this game isn't normal. Things are happening in this game. The turnaround, the DPS is popping off. It's not something you can account for, and they're doing
Ladies
it in abundance
and
this game.
gentlemen, welcome to the Paladins XCL, where we do things just a little bit different to make your day better. 93% on the Dragon Punch. I didn't know. Your time and space not really connecting on anybody there. You want to see that ultimate be a little bit more impactful. Catch DPS, catch some support.
Interesting rotation to the right this time, trying to get an early pick. They were losing the fight on the other side, so the rotation.
Okay, so this isn't first Victor. Is this Shrapnel or is this first?
This is Shrapnel. Shrapnel
okay.
Victor. The Victor is on more of a shorter range map. Shrapnel, there's a lot of corners and things on this map. Shrapnel can be very helpful to if someone's trying to hide around the corner, just to get that early pick. It's very good.
Well, I mean, you saw him drop a double kill there, so I won't argue it. If Shrapnel's your thing, Shrapnel's your thing. Oh.
I like reiterating what I was trying to say earlier, but I got so hyped that I couldn't get it out my mouth. I like the change to put Terminus on the point. They're sort of using BRK as an off-tank now, because the Terminus can hold Siphon up a lot better against the record that's coming down from both the Drogos and the Victor.
What they did there to switch their tanks after records started coming online was a smart thing to do. Put that barrier where the Drogos is, it makes that purchase for Drogos kind of inefficient. And you're gonna see Reanimate come out here surely. Unless
I doubt it.
Another double kill.
The Victor is very much free firing. Again, my point, the defense is so difficult. The defense is so difficult to get past on this map, especially if your Victor is popping off like Zfeel is this game. Well, Zfeel is able to sit there, especially with a Torvald pocket, and just shoot down onto this Terminus, onto the Dredge who's trying to contest.
I just want to point out, all it takes is record 2 from Vivian into a Drogos, or into a Torvald, and that's all you need. Vivian is the best wrecker. You cannot leave that pick on the board if you're picking Torvald. You've got to pick Vivian there.
Okay, here's a question. Who can deal the most damage to shields in the shortest amount of time in Paladins?
I don't know off the top of my head, but I like Vivian as my choice.
Dredge.
Is it Dredge? Well, Dredge is the highest first champion in the game. It's just, can you hit your shots and kind of explodes so slow that it doesn't matter. Just walk out of it.
A good early rotation from the Vivian Terminus. Good, but they don't get the pick onto the support like.
Through time and space misses, there's the punch down onto the head, which is what you need to do as that Drogo. Even if you take out the biggest thing that's impacting this game. It's up to what is PS1 Copy gonna do here?
Yeah, BRK
Grab a double kill.
Okay. I'm trying to get. Paladin's just blowing my mind. No, Turn gonna go down there. Too focused on the Inari.
Well, we'll see what Z had its back now. Let's see if he can get a pick here. It's just what are you gonna do with DPS? Zones out so well. He heals himself.
Really. So the barrier has gone down, and the Terminus is on. The Terminus just got back. So Zfeel going very low here, gonna get picked up.
2 picks on the side of BRK.
Are they gonna be able to recontest?
They've got overtime. But
the Drogo's going out of the sky.
The
Torvald ult to delay the inevitable though, and that's 1-1. BRK picking up that map.